Take your time, baby. We already late for everything that don't matter.
Hi, I'm Linda, and I'm an AI artist and animator, and I'm in the middle of a project I'm trying to get working. We've been working on this for a while. This is a continuation. If you take a look, you'll remember, if you've been here, that I was working on my little friends here and trying to get them looking the way they needed to. We've gotten that part. And I'm sort of at the point now where the background just needs a little love. I've got a border collie that needs to find a home. Here's my border collie. This is on the canvas that Imagine Art has for their workflows. And I have decided to use this image as the base image. And I'm trying to figure out what's the best platform to use to animate. And one of the things that I'm working on is trying to get the right look. If you can see here, I want to keep this kind of glow and still the sort of painterly design. It's kind of specific. And I moved over here. This stayed with it. This looks pretty good, except my dog ended up in the wrong place. This is with Sea Dream. You can see the difference. This is bordering on just too realistic, maybe too clear. So this one is Sea Dream. This is Nana Banana Pro. And I'm actually running Nana Banana Pro with a different prompt that just has the nose of the pup stick. Some of the platforms will allow you to have more than one image input as a reference image, and some of them won't, and I never can remember. So just realize you have to kind of keep going until you find the right fit. You have to just try and see what works. And this changes all the time, like every day. Like airline tickets, you never know how much things cost. No one knows how much things cost because it changes every day. It's from Sleepless in Seattle, if there's anybody who remembers that movie. There's one thing I have noticed, that if you've got an image that you're trying to make and it is just processing and processing and you're not getting anywhere, you can kind of override that by just refreshing the screen. Just a little hint. So we've got two other options here. This is the original image of the space. This is the one that I made before, which kind of made it lighter. This guy isn't bad. I'm going to kind of zero in because it's a lot easier to see that way. Got to thinking, this is an awful lot like gaming. When my son watches League of Legends, somebody playing. Now, I mean, like, maybe this is what this should be. You watch me try to make things work. This is it here, and it really looks good in both of them. This is Nana Banana Pro, but the wrong color, so we're going to move him. This is Sea Dream, and that's got a nice glow. This is Nana Banana Pro, and nose is showing up on the other side. That is awfully cute. And then this is Flux 2 Max, and it sort of it decided to go its own way and add things, and he looks like a cartoon. So, Flux 2 Max, not going to be here. Okay, while we're here, I want to get the second prompt because I found that to keep the integrity of the specific image I started with, especially when it's got a specific design, it's useful to have a couple of frames that you can use to maintain the integrity of the style and design of the original image, especially when you're trying to keep it going all the way through whatever you're animating. I usually try to get 2 or 3 along the way to try to keep everything in line. To make a long story short, you can tell I'm from St. Louis. We're going to keep, well, I don't know, one of these. I really like that one. This is okay. And what I want is another image of this little guy further down, maybe facing the camera or looking back over his shoulder. So I'm going to write a prompt for that. In fact, I think I already have a prompt for that. Okay, here's where we stand. This is the initial image I'm sticking with. This is Nano Banana Pro. They're all going to be Nano Banana Pro. This is the secondary image I created. So we'll go from this image to this one, number 2. And then the final image, which I was really pleased how it turned out, is this one. And we'll go from this image to this one. What I want at the end is for the person watching the point of view to slowly make up the distance between the dog and themselves and possibly have an overhead shot. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do this. I might have the drone shot go through the door at the same time so that it opens into a larger room, which is going to be down here. It's actually one of these rooms. This is the same room, sort of a different angle. And the door will open, it'll be up high, and then we'll see down into this large library. So that is what we're looking at for this particular post, and we'll be moving on to animating it next time. We'll be moving among all of these little anchors to get into the next room. It was a pleasure having you. Always come back. Always ask questions. I'll try to get to them. I'm interested in hearing what you think, and if you have any wonderful ideas, always with that fast lane mind. Take care. Bye-bye. Take my time. Still beat your deadline. Walking slow, but the work get done. You can run that race, sugar.